Well, not actually a camel, but a whale, a humpback. Well, Lily, in fact, it was not very far into that break and you suddenly said, oh, I've got it.
Yeah, one of the things with a heavyweight, or a dysfunctional family, as Trevor calls it, is that there's so many different options, there's so many different paths you can take, because you can divide the big numbers within themselves and find so many different little numbers that it often takes longer. So it took me a little bit more than 30 seconds, but here's what I did. 75 divided by 25 is 3. Now 3 minus 1 is 2. 100 take away 2 is 98. Now 50 divided by 5 is 10. Multiply that together is 980.
Nice solution. But I see exactly what you mean. You know, you are using those big numbers to create smaller numbers, and that's the way to solve it.
Yeah, this is a 6-step solution, which part by part are easy on their own, but to put them together it takes a bit of time.
But you did it. Good stuff. And David, the other thing that we try and do on this show fairly regularly is kind of come up with things that are new, particularly finding new things in language. But new is the key of where you're going tonight.
Or new equations, for that matter. That was lovely work. Now, I'm looking at the word nova, which is Latin for new, and nova has spawned many words in the dictionary. Some may be quite surprising. For example, there was a car in Spain called the Nova, which was a terrible name because that means doesn't go in Spain. And getting back to nova itself, it's also a term in astrophysics because it is a huge explosion of energy in space, believed to be a thermonuclear reaction on a dwarf star or a white star.
And in fact, if you get a really big one, in fact, when it explodes, isn't that a supernova?
A supernova, and the reason it's called new is because it seems as though it creates a new star, so dazzling is the light. The word novel also relates to new. It's a new work, a new story, a novelty or an innovation, new things on the market.
Well, actually, speaking of novation, you know, we were hearing from Susan earlier about renovation, and so I presume that means actually renovate, you know, remake new. So
exactly.
That's what renovation is.
Clearly you're no novice to the word story, because novice, well done, is another new word, nova word, someone who is new to something. And speaking of renovation, if you drop the RE and have novation, that's quite a sort of obscure legal term for the replacement of an old obligation with a new obligation. And lastly, the jazz samba fusion that was really popular in Brazil in the 60s, called bossa nova, is pure Portuguese for new style. So it's an old word, but it has many new meanings.
I think actually maybe you're the bossa nova, the boss of the new. Lovely new words. Thank you, David.
Pleasure.
Let's have a look at these scores before we move on. Susan's leading on 21 at the moment. And the next letters from you, Susan.
Thanks. I'll have a consonant, please.
Thank you. R.
Another consonant?
P.
And another consonant?
C.
And one more?
Y.
And a vowel, please.
O.
And another vowel?
A.
Another vowel?
E.
And another vowel?
I.
And a consonant, please.
And last letter, D.
Here's our thinking time. How did you like those, Susan?
A 6.
6 for you, Trevor?
I got a 6 as well, Richard.
Let's hear yours, please.
Prayer.
And yours, Susan?
Paired.
Couple of good 6s, David. Happy with those? Or no, you're looking stern?
Just to clarify, how do you spell prayer, Trevor?
P-R-A-Y-E-D. Sorry, P-R-A-Y-E-R. I've made a mistake again, haven't I?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Bad luck.
Yeah, obviously prayed was what you had in mind. Said prayer. Anyway, look, unfortunately they are the rules of the game. I have to go with what is nominated. Take us back to your word, Susan.
P-A-I-R-E-D.
Perfectly fine. And I could only find, well, there's actually 1 7 I found here, which is picador, which are those people in bullfights who often spike the bull. And you can also mix up those letters for parodic, which is describing or relating to a parody.
Nicely found, David. Bad luck to Trevor on that occasion. 6 points, though, to Susan. Well, Trevor, time for a bit of a comeback, I think, with these next letters.
I'll be trying. Thanks, Richard. Lily, can I have a consonant, please?
H.
And another consonant, please.
L.
And again,
S.
vowel, please.
O.
And another vowel.
A.
Another vowel.
O.
Consonant, please.
T.
Another consonant.
G.
And a vowel, please.
And last letter, E.
Thanks, Lily. 30 seconds. Do you enjoy those, Trevor?
Not really, but I got a 5,
A
Richard.
5 for you. And Susan?
A 7.
Hang on to that for a sec. What was the 5?
My 5 was shoal.
Shoal. And your 7?
Hostage.
Lovely work. A good 7, Susan.
What did you find here, David?
Well, in fact, I did find hostage, but just to check, I looked up galosh to see if it was acceptable as a singular, because galoshes are those rubber boots that kids love to wear in the rain, and galosh is also accepted as a singular too, but hostage was the best I could find.
That was a nice word, and it was a good score for Susan. 7 points. We're back to the numbers now, and Susan, what do you fancy?
I'll try this single parent family, thanks, Richard.
Which is?
Oh, 1 large and 5 small, thanks, Lily.
Thanks, Susan. 1 large and 5 small.
Lots of kids for one parent to handle.
It is a lot.
And our numbers. 4, 9, 10, 10, 9, and the large is 100. The target to reach is 139.
Thanks, Lily. Let's head there. Well, did you wrangle all those kids, Susan?
Just at the last second, they nearly got away.
Where were you? How many did you get?
139.
On the target. Well done, Trevor.
I got 139 as well.
Good stuff. Well, let's go with Susan's explanation first.
10 times 4 is 40.
10 times 4 is 40.
9 divided by 9 is 1.
9 divided by 9 is 1.
40 minus 1 is 39.
39.
And add the 100.
Well done. Add the 100, 139.
Very nicely done. And right to the target. And Trevor, did you do it the same way?
Yes, I did it the same, Richard.
Could you just verify that you have actually used essentially all the same steps there? So a very good and very productive approach from both Trevor and Susan. You were happy with that, Lily?
I was happy and I used the same method too.
Happiness all round, and 10 points each for Trevor and Susan. So Trevor is on the scoreboard with 10. Susan is on 44. Another break, another word mix. This time, limp less. The clue, work of an illiterate magician. See you shortly.